Imagine this. You leave for work in the cool morning breeze. Everything feels normal. Your wife waves goodbye at the door. The kids smile as they board the school bus. And as you drive away, sunlight gently kisses your face through the window. You think, just another day, another paycheck. But then, 92 days later, when the same car pulls up outside the same house, and the same man stands at the door, his wife doesn't look surprised. She looks terrified, because the one who returned wasn't him. And this is the story of Mark Haley, a story so simple yet so unbelievable. Mark Haley lived in a small town in Montana. He was a forklift operator, no special skills, no big salary, just a normal man whose most exciting moment was the Saturday BBQ. Every morning, he kissed his wife on the forehead after sending the kids off to school and drove off with the radio playing local news. But on the morning of November 6th, 2021, there was something strange about his face, a strange calm, like the final scene of a film, like something had quietly shut off inside. That evening, Mark didn't return home. At first, his wife thought maybe he was working late. Then she called him. 1 beep, 2 beeps, then his phone went dead. By 8 p.m., her heart was racing. By 9, she called the police. Mark's car wasn't at work. No one saw him at the office. No traffic camera caught a glimpse. He had just vanished, like he had dissolved into the air. The whole town came together to search. Forests were scoured, lakes were combed, drones flew over the mountains. There was no last known location, no clue. But something was odd. Mark's phone last pinged in a place where there wasn't even a road. Like that location didn't exist on Earth. As if he had entered another reality. His wife spent nights awake. The children would fall asleep staring at the door and wake up the next morning with disappointment in their eyes. Mark's little daughter Ella would hug his shirt every night and whisper, "Papa will be back soon, right?" But there was no answer. Then, 92 days later, at 3 a.m., there was a knock at the door. Not loud, not soft, just enough to say, "I'm back," but not completely. The door. Mark stood there. Same jacket, same shoes, same face. But the eyes, they were empty, like someone had taken the light out and left behind only smoke. He walked in, silent. His wife had tears in her eyes. Mark's face showed no smile, no sadness, just a hollow calm, as if everything inside had turned to ash. He looked at the kids, like he didn't recognize them. Ella Loa Brazeau. He placed his hand on her, but felt nothing. His wife sobbed, "Mark, where were you?" And he simply said, "I don't remember. It was just very white." That night, Mark couldn't sleep. He whispered in his wife's ear, "I saw something no human should ever see." Then he screamed in his sleep, "They're coming. They made a promise. They're taking me back." And the scariest part, when his wife tried to wake him, his eyes were already open, but he still looked asleep. Doctors ran every test, MRI, CT scan, neurology, all normal. No injuries, no surgeries, no trauma. But something inside Mark had changed. He would stare at the wall for hours. Sometimes he'd smile, as if someone was talking to him. Mark only ever wrote one sentence. It was all white. No ground, no sky, no walls, just emptiness, and a voice whispering over and over, "You are one of us now. You can't go back." Then came the final night. He whispered something into his wife's ear. She cried, and he said, "Tomorrow night, they'll come for me again. And this time, I can't say no." The next morning, the bed was empty, the window was open, his footprints on the floor, soft and fading like snow, and the sky outside had turned completely white.